Hi everyone, Shotzi here again. The second installment of my Rembrandtish style Adam Sandler. You notice at the beginning I had a scraper out or a palette knife. I was just trying to get rid of some of the bumps that I had left. It's usually much preferred in the earlier stages to have the paint fairly thin without too much texture. It's harder to paint over that. If I want the texture, better to reserve that for the end. So bringing in more color, I still see this as underpainting. I'm trying to locate things. I'm trying to see if I can get a basic likeness. But my style is that the likeness kind of evolves as I'm working through the painting. I don't necessarily get a perfect likeness in monochrome in one color and then work from there. I like to kind of have it be a building process, both with value, dark and light, and with color. Moving around a lot, very, very, very important. I don't get stuck in any one area, and I don't try to get into any kind of detail, making things exact. Right now, it's the vaguest of resemblance to Adam Sandler. Probably none of you see that. I sort of see it a bit. But I'm fairly confident if I continue, if I persist, I'll get where I want to get. So putting in some lights, and as I often say, I like to almost exaggerate, do the lights lighter than I think they need to be, and the darks darker. That's both a function that's of how paint dries, that darks tend to dry lighter and lights tend to dry darker. But it's also, it helps me see, and I know I can always bring back the intensity if I need to. So now I'm trying to maybe darken the background. I know if I wanted to have it a Rembrandt style background, I'm probably going to need to be dark. But I felt like I wasn't quite ready for that, so let's at least darken his cap. Very popular type of cap in many of Rembrandt's portraits, especially his self-portraits. Not to forget the cloak that he is wearing, so a Rembrandt-style cloak. And the cloak, we're putting it over a sweatshirt. Adam Sandler, a lot of photos of Adam Sandler wearing sweatshirts, so I'm going to do, I think, a reddish sweatshirt. We'll get to that soon. A little bit more defining the beard. Finding some of the dark spots. So those are sort of more mid. They are now going to be a little more bold with the red of the sweatshirt. It's a hoodie sweatshirt, but he's not wearing the hood part. Can wipe stuff down as per usual with oil paint. Getting some of the darker parts of the sweatshirt in there is a little frill. So many of Rembrandt's subjects had this frilled white shirt. So I'm putting that under the sweatshirt and obviously do a lot more to elaborate on that and to make it more real looking. Continue to move all over the place. Brought some blue in. Blue and brown make kind of a black. I don't mind using black, and I know Rembrandt used black a lot. But sometimes it's more interesting to make black, and blue and brown, or umber and ultramarine blue, work very well together to create what looks like a black. And the black often uses ivory black, which also has got a bit of a bluish hue to it. Some of the hair, the little curly hair, that's very Rembrandtish. Trying to locate those eyes, the eyebrows, and the relationship between his left eye and his right eye, the top of his ear and his eyes, the outside of his mouth and his eyes and nose. And that would appear to be all for this second installment. You will, if you keep posted, you will see more coming up. And I'm hoping that I will get to a Rembrandtian portrait of Adam Sandler. Thanks so much.